Okay, so today this is part three, and the first part was talking about bosses generally. Then second part we explained types of bosses: the strict and the predictable, the lenient and the unpredictable, the lenient and the predictable, the strict and unpredictable, then the highly problematic. So if you have a boss that is strict and predictable, I've defined it, I've explained, giving you types, how they behave in the part two. So you can go back and watch part two so that you can relate very well with this part. So a strict and predictable boss is a boss that he wants to do the right thing. He doesn't have anything against you. Just do the right thing. And if you don't do the right thing, they don't know, they don't really know what is forgiveness. They just tell you, okay, you are not ready to work with us, you can look for a job somewhere else. And these are the types that when they fire you and they see you on the way, they will not pick you up because they are strict and predictable. You understand? So they will not pick you up. And if you are working in their company, they pick you up. So you know what I'm saying? So they are strict and they are predictable. So they just learn. There are things just like one plus one two. Okay. If the punishment for late coming is your salary will be deducted or you will be on a working suspension, they follow the book the way it is, except if a higher authority says otherwise. Because they are strict, they will follow what the higher authority said. The higher authority says, okay, you know what, let's forgive him, let's give him another chance. They will still read to you that you are getting another chance because the higher authority said we should give him another chance. That is that they just operate by the book. They are like spirits. Spirit they don't really, they just operate by the book. So that is street and predictable boss. They don't have anything against you. They won't go to the meeting and start saying things that you didn't do just because they want you to be punished. They will not lie against you. They will just say it exactly the way you did it. They get it. He did this. He spoke roughly to a customer. They will just say the way it is. They don't know how to sugarcoat stuffs. And if someone who doesn't like you wants to meet at a punishment that is not deserving, they will stand against it. They will say that is not how the book says. Do you get it? So these are the type of bosses. So how to deal with them is that just do the right thing. Make sure whatever you do is official with them because they are predictable. You cannot go to their office and be knocking at their door and tell them, sir, I won't be at work tomorrow. No. Come to the office with a letter. Do you get it? Just follow them. Don't try to form friendship. They are not interested in friendship. they just want the work done. Okay, and whatever you're doing, make sure you are 100% official with them. Don't expect them to pick you when you are not driving. Don't expect them to pick you on the way. They don't do that personal relationship. Go to their homes, find out that they are also strict with their wives, they are strict with their children. These are the ones that whenever they are going for family function, or maybe they are going for someone's, it's their wife that will drag them there because their life is just official. So these are called strict and predictable. So if you have that kind of boss, please make everything official with them. Please, you don't come to their office and say you want to take water from their fridge, from their dispenser. You need to ask, and they will have to think: is it official for this person? Is it right for this person to take water from my dispenser? Like it can be that bad. So such bosses, what I do with them is that whatever I'm doing with them, I make it official. If I'm going out, I go there with a letter. Everything I do, I put it in writing with them because that is how they operate. So that is strict and predictable boss. Then the lenient and the unpredictable boss. These are the ones that are kind of very, they are friendly. Do you get it? But you can't really tell what they will do next. No, I said the head of my unit is like that. She's just in between lenient unpredictable and lenient predictable. She's just in between it. So sometimes you can predict her, sometimes you cannot predict her. Do you get it? So she's lenient, but that unpredictability is their own strictness. Do you get it? Because you can't predict what they will do. So that is the part that is the slack they cut for themselves. That is they use that as a protection around themselves. Because you can't predict what she can do, you also have to sometimes give yourself some sense before you do some certain things. Because you know that will I get it forgiveness? Will I, okay? No, let me just not do this thing. You understand? So that is where that lenient and unpredictable. So how do you deal with this kind of people? Because they are lenient, you have to sometimes create like a personal relationship with them. The first one doesn't need any personal relationship. Just do your work. The street and predictable, right? But this one, they like personal relationships. Sometimes you can ask them, "How is your son, sir? How is your son, ma? Okay, I hope your weekend was fine, sir, ma." Because they are lenient, they won't say it like you are abusing, you are being because that first one, if you ask him, "How's your family?" Fine, but if you not ask him, "How's your son?" He can ask you that. Why are you generating these kind of questions? Like, is it necessary? Do you get it? So, but this one, you can even tell you, "How my son? That boy, they don't make that boy." These are the types that will discuss their personal things with you. This lenient and unpredictable boss. But they enjoy personal relationships. But because they are not predictable, you also have to focus on your work. Because you asking him how was his family, how is his son some minutes ago, and you mess up like some hours later. Do you get it? Though, because you've created kind of friendship with them, they might not be too harsh at dealing with you, but you can still get your full punishment because they are unpredictable, especially if you do something that they really, really dislike, something that they detest. So you get your punishment in as much as they are lenient. So the same person that was laughing with you can become something else when you are facing the panel. So because they are lenient and unpredictable. So the third one is lenient and predictable. Like I said, these are the nicest kind of bosses, and you can hardly see them handling a big organization. Hardly. Because their niceness will not be able to make them get to the top. Because let me just give you something. Okay, let me say someone like Jesus, right? He has like 50%, he has like 100% of all of them. He was lenient, he was strict, he was predictable, he was unpredictable. Do you get it? Just imagine Jesus Christ telling somebody, "Get behind me, Satan." Something like we just read it, we just imagine your boss calling you Satan. I'm sure that many of you will resign that very day and go home. Like, me, Satan? When we read it, we don't try to put ourselves in Peter's Peter's mindset. How do you think Peter felt when the same Satan that he has been referring to as falling from the sky, that the boss has been cursing, he's not calling him the same Satan, you that you have eaten and drank with him, traveled with him? Do you ever think what Peter will be thinking in his head? That is an unpredictable boss. Do you get it? So to a very large extent, Jesus Christ was unpredictable. They went out and came back and saw him talking with a Samaritan woman when the Jews are not meant to talk to a Samaritan woman. So if you say unpredictability was 100%, leniency 100%. So that's why it's God. But we can't have it 100% because we are humans. So if you have a boss that is lenient and predictable, it's more like you are working a small organization. Because when it becomes bigger, they will have to bring in someone that is strict and unpredictable, or strict and predictable. So that is it. So if you are working with such bosses, and if I can say that you are the luckiest, you are the most favored person, because you are working with a lenient and predictable boss. Like, these are the bosses that will pray for you. If you are telling them your deal, they'll start crying. They can't handle big organizations, bro. It's not possible. Okay, so these are only 9 minutes. So let's look at the next one. Okay, what do you do with such bosses that are lenient and predictable? We'll talk about that in our next meeting.